Danny DeVito just turned 80, but behind the laughter and legendary characters is a life shaped by pain, rejection, and relentless survival. Born in Neptune, New Jersey in 1944, Danny DeVito entered the world unwanted. His mother later admitted she never wanted another child, a confession that could have broken him but instead became fuel. His childhood home was unpredictable and often frightening. His father, kind during the day, turned violent when alcohol took over at night, forcing young Danny to learn the sounds of danger, hide in closets, and flee to neighbors as police were called to their house 17 times before he was 15. By his early teens, drugs and death surrounded his neighborhood, and out of 12 childhood friends, only 3 survived past 25 without prison or addiction. Determined to escape, Danny saved every dollar he could, carefully asked his parents for permission only when his father was sober, and earned his way into prep school, a decision that likely saved his life. But even as he moved forward, another battle followed him everywhere. A rare genetic bone disorder that stunted his growth at 4 feet 10 inches and caused constant, often unbearable pain in his hips, knees, and back. In his prime, his daily pain hovered between 6 and 8 out of 10, yet he refused painkillers, did his own stunts, and quietly donated millions to fund treatments for others with similar conditions, never attaching his name. Before acting, he trained as a hairdresser, graduating near the top of his class and building a loyal clientele, until a chance comment from a theater producer nudged him toward an audition that changed everything. He entered acting late, inexperienced, and broke, sharing a roach-filled New York apartment with Michael Douglas, eating canned beans, sleeping in cars, showering at the YMCA, and enduring 248 auditions with almost nothing to show for it. Hollywood told him he was too short, too strange, too different, and even offered him money to surgically alter his body. He refused, burning the contract and declaring he'd rather be a first-rate version of himself than a second-rate version of someone else. His breakthrough came with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, filmed inside a real mental hospital, where his 5 minutes on screen left an unforgettable mark and finally put him on the map. Then came Taxi, a gamble everyone warned him against, but his brutal, hilarious performance as Louis De Palma turned him into a cultural icon, earning an Emmy, a Golden Globe, and changing television forever by proving audiences could love deeply flawed characters. As his career exploded, he built something even bigger behind the scenes, Jersey Films, helping launch bold, risky projects like Pulp Fiction, Matilda, Man on the Moon, and The War of the Roses, often prioritizing story over profit. Off-screen, he shared decades of creative partnership and complicated love with Rhea Perlman, building a family, separating, reuniting, and remaining emotionally connected even after their final split. Through it all, he hid his worsening physical condition, working through surgeries, collapsed discs, and brutal daily therapy routines just to stay upright on set, especially during It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where his fearless commitment reintroduced him to an entirely new generation. Only recently did he speak openly about his illness, demanding better care and representation for people with disabilities and refusing to let Hollywood's narrow standards define worth. Even controversy hasn't slowed him. Viral moments, heated interviews, and backlash only reinforced his refusal to sanitize himself for comfort. At an age when most fade quietly away, Danny DeVito is still producing, still performing, still pushing boundaries, and still proving that greatness doesn't come from fitting in, it comes from surviving everything meant to break you, standing exactly as you are, and refusing to disappear.